Hey mathematicians, today we are going to learn how to solve two-step equations, but we are losing the hanger diagram. So we're going to step away from that visual and work just with the equations. Remember that when we are solving an equation, we are looking for the value of the variable that makes your equation true. So if it says something x equals something else, we got to figure out what does x have to be to make the left side match the right side. So our first problem, this is the I do. We've got negative 9x plus 1 equals negative 80. The first thing we have to do is draw a line down the center through our equal sign. And I'm visualizing this on a hanger diagram. That means I would have 9 negative x's, and then tacked on at the end I would have a 1. So I need to get rid of that 1 first. This 1 is being added, so I'm going to subtract 1, subtract 1. That will cancel those out. We drop down our negative 9x, and negative 80 minus 1 is negative 81. Got ahead of myself. Now on my hanger diagram, I've got 9 of those negative x's equal to negative 81. I need to break them into equal groups. So I'm going to undo this multiplication using division. So when I divide negative 9 by negative 9, I get a 1. And then this gets me positive 9. X is equal to positive 9. If we weren't sure, could we go back to our original equation and substitute in a 9 for an x? Yes, I'm going to put a 9 here and follow order of operations. I know this is negative 81. And then when I do negative 81 plus 1, I get negative 80. And I've made a true equation because negative 80 is equal to negative 80. Number 2 is our we do, so you're going to help me out. I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign. Sorry, my board's acting up. Okay, I have 10 minus 6v equals negative 104, and I'm picturing what that looks like on my hanger diagram. I'm going to have 6 negative v's and a 10. So the thing that is getting added on to that amount is the 10. I'm going to take that away from both sides. These cancel out, and this gets me a negative 114. So my next step is going to be to break it into equal groups. I'm going to divide by negative 6, undo that multiplication. And when I do 114 divided by 6, I get 19. So I know that v has to be equal to 19. If I wasn't sure, I could go back and put it where my v is and do order of operations. Okay? Next, you need to do, this problem is for you to do to come back and check. So the equation you're going to solve is negative 15 minus 4m plus 5. So pause the video here, give it a try, come back and check your answer. All right, hopefully you got 5 equals m. If not, you can pause here, check my steps, and see how to get there. And we're going to go to our next problem. 9 plus 9n equals 9. Go ahead and draw your line through the equal sign. My screen's still acting up. And this is another you do, so I want you to pause the video, try that equation, and then come back when you have the solution to check your work. Our answer for this one is n equals 0. I hope that didn't trip you up. When you subtract 9 from both sides, you get a 0 on the right-hand side. And the only thing I can multiply 9 by to get to 0 is 0. All right, let's look at number 5. It's a little different. We've got a big old fraction bar, and I want you to think back. We have heard from when I switched us from PEMDAS to GEMS that grouping symbols can include fraction bars. We have got 2 terms on top of my fraction bar, which means it's being used to group. So we need to get that group by itself. Okay, so let's draw our line through our equal sign. And all of n plus 5 is getting divided by negative 16. So we have to do the opposite of division in order to get that negative 16 out of there. So we're going to multiply by negative 16 and multiply by negative 16. Well, negative 16 divided by 16 is 1. So the left side is going to be n plus 5. Negative 1 times negative 16 is 16. And now I've got a one-step equation. I'm just going to subtract away my 5 and find that n is equal to 11. If I'm not sure, I can go back and plug it in. I have something plus 5 over negative 16 equals negative 1. I'm going to plug in my 11. I know 11 plus 5 is 16. Is 16 divided by negative 16 negative 1? It sure is, so I know I did it right. Okay, let's look at number 6. Negative 2 equals 2 plus v over 4. I'm going to draw my line through my equal sign. You don't have to do a dotted line, I'm just fighting my technology. And I see my fraction bar, and there is only one term on top of my fraction bar and one term below my fraction bar. So what that tells me is it is not a grouping symbol. I don't have to undo my groups first. So I'm going to do my normal thing where I'm going to undo addition and subtraction first. Get rid of this 2. So I'm going to subtract 2, subtract 2. And that gets me negative 4 equals v over 4, or v divided by 4. Now I need to do the opposite of dividing by 4, which is to multiply by 4. That gets us a 1, so that's v. And negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. If you are not sure, you can go back to your original equation and put your negative 16 in for v and follow order of operations. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. 2 plus negative 4 is in fact negative 2. So we have the correct answer. All right, let's look at number 7. I've got negative 6 equals n over 2 minus 10. This is for you to solve, so I want you to try that without me. I do want to point out there's just an n on top of our fraction. There's just a 2 on the bottom of our fraction. So is this a grouping symbol? No. Go ahead and undo your addition and subtraction first. Pause the video here, come back and check your answer. Welcome back. I hope you got 8 equals n. If not, check over those steps. Pause this video and see how we can get to 8 equals n. All right, let's do number 8. This is a you-do, so I want you to check this out. We've got negative 4 equals r over 20 minus 5. The top of my fraction has one term. The bottom of my fraction has one term. So is this a grouping symbol? Nope, we're not going to worry about that fraction bar until the last step. I have got a negative 5 to take care of first instead. Pause the video here, give it a shot. When you're done, press play and check your answer. Welcome back. You should have gotten 20 is equal to r. All right, let's check out our number 9. Number 9 looks a little different than the previous ones because, again, we've got a grouping symbol happening. We've got parentheses, so there are 2 ways we can solve this. We can either go ahead and distribute. So I'm going to distribute my 2 to my n to get 2n and my 2 to my 5 to get 10. And then follow my regular steps, right? Subtract 10. And then divide by 2. Or I can think of that hanger, right? I've got groups on that hanger. I've got 2 groups of n plus 5, so I could figure out what one group of n plus 5 is. By dividing everything by 2. If 2 groups of n plus 5 is negative 2, one group of n plus 5 must be equal to negative 1. So then I need to get rid of this plus 5 by doing its opposite. And I got n equals negative 6 either way. I haven't been circling my answer. Please make sure you circle your answer. Here is our we-do problem. We've got negative 10 equals 10 times k minus 9. So we're going to start with distributing. That gives me a 10k minus 90. And now I can just treat it like a regular two-step equation. Undo your addition and subtraction. Now we undo our multiplication and division. And we get A equals K. Or we can recognize that we've got 10 groups of K minus 9. So I can find out what one group would be. I'm going to divide by 10. That gets me -1 equals K minus 9. And since I've got that minus 9, I'm going to undo it with a plus 9. -1 plus 9 is 8. That cancels out, and I get K. Either way, 8 is equal to K. 11 is a problem for you to try. I don't care whether you do your distribution or if you divide it into groups. It is up to you how you solve it. Please pause the video, come back and check your answer when you're done. Welcome back. Hopefully you tried solving that on your own and you got K equals 3. If you prefer the distributive property, you can check the work on the left side. If you prefer to get rid of your groups first and undistribute, you can check out the right side. And then we'll do our last problem, 12. Don't let those big numbers scare you. You can handle this. We've got -243 equals -9 times 10 plus x. So go ahead and either distribute or get rid of that -9 with your division. Pause the video here and come back and check your work when you're ready. All right, that last problem is going to get you 17 equals x. If you like to distribute, you would use the left-hand side of my work there. If you prefer to remove those groups first, you would look at the right-hand side. Go ahead and do your reflection. What are your key takeaways there? And then do your self-assessment. How are you feeling about this topic?